Awesome Tuesday so far. Um, I am looking forward to actually doing day two of the 30-day AI traffic challenge that I mentioned yesterday. Yesterday was more of an introduction to what's expected, and actually committing to uh, taking action and doing the homework that's going to be assigned. I think today is going to be the first day of actually getting into the meat and potatoes of the nitty gritty um, of what the intent of the challenge was. So with that, I want to go ahead and do my live and then get ready for that today. And then later this evening, there's a live, free live training as well. So today, let's talk about something that stops a lot of affiliates in their tracks or, moving forward. And that's trying to stay consistent while also learning everything online. All right. So you're watching the videos, you're reading the posts, you're taking notes. But when it comes time to actually take action, you feel stuck or overwhelmed from everything that's been going on, everything that you're learning, learning and trying to do it. So in the beginning, I kind of struggled with this as well. Um, I I learned a lot, but I didn't apply it, if that makes sense. I was, stuck in learning mode. And then when it came time to actually, put what I learned into action, I couldn't recall it because I had watched it so long ago. All right. So I watched hours of training, but I didn't take the action needed. All right. And because of that, I struggled to stay consistent because I got overwhelmed or, I got discouraged. So, here are, I believe, three main reasons most people lose consistency while they're learning online. Okay, so the first one is that you are consuming too much and applying too little. All right, learning feels like you're being productive. All right, but without you actually taking action, it can create overwhelm. All right, consistency comes from applying one thing at a time. I know I mentioned it on one of my previous lessons is that you watch for an hour or so or 2 hours, and then you do that work for the next 1 or 2 hours. All right. So it's no good if you're watching it and you're consuming it, but you're not implementing what you're learning. You have to implement. All right. So learning plus implementation. Okay. All right. The second thing is you try to learn everything before you start. I actually am guilty of this. Is because I was going through all of the training first before I was taking action. And like I mentioned, that by the time it came for me to take action, I had forgotten what I had already learned. So I had to go back through it all over again, all right, and learn it all over again. So affiliate marketing is not a classroom, all right. You learn best by actually doing, by taking action. And the more that you wait to actually start, the harder it becomes to take action because, like I said, you get overwhelmed or you forget, and then that ends up, discouraging you from moving forward, and then you delay, you launching your affiliate marketing business. Okay. The third and final is your learning has no structure. All right. If you jump, I actually did this before, um, as well. If you jump between courses, videos, and strategies, mentors, gurus, you never build momentum. I tried so many different courses. I watched so many free YouTube videos. And then like every week I was doing something new, but I never could build that momentum because every week it was a reset, it was a restart, it was a starting from ground zero all over again. All right. You need to build a simple plan for both learning and doing. All right. You have to plan it out. You have to set aside time where you're going to, learn something and then do what you've learned. Okay. The truth is that, learning, it doesn't create success. It's actually taking the action that creates that success. Okay. So what's the hardest part for you right now? Is it what? Is it too much information out there? Is it not knowing where to start, or is it just feeling overwhelmed with all of the information? Okay, so just to sum it up, consistency becomes easier when you stop trying to learn everything at once. All right. Apply what you learn immediately after you learn it. All right. And then follow a simple plan. Okay. So that's going to be it for today. I hope everyone has an awesome Tuesday. Super excited, full of energy today. I don't know if a lot of you guys out there have a standing desk. Um, I would highly recommend investing in one. The one that I have, I know I mentioned, some of the lives that, I can let it up and down, but I get more energy, and I feel better doing my lives and everything when I'm standing compared when I'm sitting down. I actually tried sitting down doing lives and I couldn't get going. So I would highly recommend a standing desk or even a counter in your home somewhere. Use that just to stand up, and try to do your things that way. Okay. So again, that's going to be it for today. Just remember, you do not need to learn everything. You just need to take the next step. Small actions every day builds real momentum. Okay. So you have to learn and do. All right. So until tomorrow, hope everyone has an awesome Tuesday.